He kissed my girlfriend right in front of me. Then this happened. I was seeing this girl I met while I was at the movies. She seemed real cool. You know, free spirit, nice body and face. About a month into dating, she tells me, "My friends and I are going to play tennis and have brunch. You should come and meet them." Tennis really isn't my thing. I'm more of a hiking, camping kind of guy. But I was excited to meet her friends, especially Aubrey, her BFF. I'd heard a lot about Aubrey and was curious to meet her. So I say, "Cool, I'm there." I actually got a little excited, because I've never played tennis before, and I love doing any kind of sport. As soon as we get to the sports club, we are greeted by her group of friends, and immediately this one guy, dark hair, backwards blue cap, and dick who drives a Tesla, picks her up into a 360 spin, with his hand just inches from her butt. I stop dead in my tracks as I watch my girlfriend giggle and flirt with this guy right in front of me. "Who's this?" I ask, after watching them flirt and pass private jokes between one another for nearly a full minute, and my girlfriend looks at me as if she forgot she'd invited me. "Oh, this is my best friend, Aubrey." "Hi," Aubrey says, holding out his hand and staring me down as if I'm an insect he wants to destroy. Her other friends were actually pretty cool at first. We split into 2 teams of 3, as we each had 2 couples, and a third wheel, and big surprise, Aubrey was on my team. I did surprisingly well with tennis despite having never played. I love sports and competing. But the second my girlfriend's friends started giving me accolades, Aubrey started switching up his gameplay and going against our team's strategy. The dumbest thing he did was that every time the ball came my way, he started running in front of me to hit the ball like I wasn't even in the game. I was starting to get pissed because every time he did this, he actually left the other side of the court wide open, and our team was starting to lose. I asked him if he could stick to the game plan, and he kept insisting he was trying to help the team. I was doing my best to keep my cool. I didn't want to lose it in front of my girlfriend because of this clown. At the next serving, I struck the ball, not letting Aubrey hit it for me. But when the ball came back, Aubrey was hell-bent on hitting it. He literally elbows me in the nose. I have to admit, I was pissed at myself for being caught off guard. I stumbled back into my girlfriend behind me, and she crashed into the glass water dispenser and table. The entire table collapsed, and she fell into the glass. I also fell back and hit the pavement, and everyone was running to the broken table to see about my girlfriend. Everyone was asking questions as to what happened, and only one stranger, a nice couple, not from our group, helped me up. The moment I got to my feet, I looked up, realizing my girlfriend had gotten hurt because of me. But Aubrey had come swooping into her rescue. I stood frozen as he stroked her arms slowly. Her knees and elbows were bleeding from the injury, and he was asking her if she wanted to go to the hospital. She nodded and smiled up at him, and he agreed to drive her. Then he pulled her into a hug and kissed her on the forehead. I know I sound crazy, but this was not a friendship kiss. The way he was holding her and stroking her arms was very, very intimate, and the second they turned to head towards the parking lot, I tapped him on the shoulder and punched him the second he turned around. Immediately my girlfriend and her friends started screaming at me, saying I was out of control and acting like a jealous caveman. Finally my girlfriend told me to leave. I asked her if she was okay, but she was so pissed at this point she didn't want to speak to me. I ended up leaving and going to urgent care on my own to check on my nose, which thankfully wasn't broken. A week later I got call from my girlfriend. She chewed me out about the way I was acting towards Aubrey. I told her about how Aubrey had elbowed me in the nose, but she didn't believe me and insisted it must have been an accident. I told her she never mentioned Aubrey was a man before. She said it was because she feared I'd act this way about it. That she and Aubrey had been friends for years, and any guy with her would need to get used to Aubrey being in their lives. She asked if we could meet because Aubrey wanted to apologize. Call me crazy, but I agreed, thinking, if I got this meeting over with, Aubrey would just be a headache I'd have to deal with occasionally. But for the next 3 months Aubrey was there. Movie nights, date nights, random errands, you name it, Aubrey and my girlfriend were joined at the hip, or he was seated between us. I couldn't take it anymore, and we broke up. I ran into her a couple months later. She asked me why I left and told me how much she and Aubrey missed me. She wanted us, as in the 3 of us, to get back together like old times. To let bygones be bygones, I told her I was throwing a party and asked if she and Aubrey could come. Meaning she agreed, and I let her know the date and address. The night of the party came, and my ex-girlfriend arrived arm in arm with Aubrey. The second they stepped in, I made a big announcement to introduce them to my friends. Everyone, this is my ex-girlfriend and her boyfriend Aubrey. Everyone greeted them as a couple, and both Aubrey and my ex came up to me. Thanks for the warm greeting, but we're not a couple. My ex said, you're not. I said, that's too bad. I think you two make the perfect couple. Speaking of which, I want you to meet my new girlfriend. Pulling my girlfriend to my side, I introduced them. Aubrey shook her hand while my ex slowly turned green. I thought we were gonna work things out, she asked. We're friends, I assured. Taking Aubrey by the hand, my ex bolted from the party. I didn't hear from her for a while, but I got a group message that I honestly think my ex forgot to remove me from. She was announcing the end of her friendship with Aubrey, who wouldn't hang out with her anymore because he got a new girlfriend, and told her she should find her own man. She ended the post by saying she couldn't understand why no one would stay with her.